Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is John, aka Latherhog. If you identify as an enthusiast or hobbyist of wet shaving, you've come to the right place. So today's shave, we are featuring the latest release from Gentleman's Nod, and that is Bluegrass Muse. This was made in collaboration with both BBS.live, Nate and Mel, friends of the channel, as well as the Razor Company. And a quick plug for BBS.live. If you are not familiar with the various live programs on Instagram, there are many great ones to choose from, many different personalities showcasing the world of wet shaving. And both hosts, Nate and Mel, have done this for a long time. Mel, you will probably know from here on YouTube, MellyMel Shaves. Anyway, you tune in, there are tons of great giveaways and prizes, as well as fun and merriment to be had. So go check out their Instagram page. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now the razor we're using today is the Karve Overlander in brass. This is loaded with a Pole Silver Super Iridium, one of my favorite blades. And as for the brush, we're using the West Coast Shaving Infinity brush, beautiful brush that complements this label pretty well, I will say. And this is with a synthetic abyss knot. And before I forget, I also want to disclose that I got this set, soap and splash, as well as a sample of the EDP. I got that for free by Gentleman's Nod. This is not a sponsored video, and all thoughts and opinions are my own, but I wanted to get that in front of you before we get any further. Also, a quick reminder guys, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, please consider becoming a subscriber to the Latherhog channel, and don't miss out on any new videos. So a little background on Bluegrass Muse. The scent is based on a Kentucky Mule, a mixture of bourbon and ginger beer. This is considered a woody aromatic, and it is the first part of Gentleman's Nod's Epicureal collection, which is a collection that is inspired by food and drink. The scent notes feature kaffir lime, ginger, coriander, cardamom, oak, and benzoin. The shaving soap retails for $27 USD and the splash $25. The Bluegrass Muse shave soap is featured in Gentleman's Nod C4 Plus base. This is a tallow base, and I'd be wary of overloading your brush or shave bowl, as this is an extremely thirsty formula. However, as we get into the shave, I think it'll prove that the time put in is definitely worthy of the results you get. All right, so I'm all lathered up here, and you can tell, I think it's not a very voluminous lather. You know, it's not a Santa Claus beard kind of thing. It's pretty dense, low volume, very slick, creamy, shiny. So, without further ado, let's get right into the shave. Again, using the Karve Overlander with a Pole Silver Super Iridium blade. I almost forgot, I'm working with probably 5 days worth of growth. It's been quite a bit of buildup, as first my kids each were fighting a cold this week, and if you couldn't tell, it transferred to me. So I'm sounding a little froggy, but feeling okay. But I do apologize if the graveliness of my voice gets to you for this video. I do have quite a backlog of shaving software to get to. Bluegrass Muse was sent to me a couple days before the release, and I was able to do a live shave over on Instagram. By the way, go follow me. Find me on Instagram at Latherhog, where we do live shaves, have a little more casual conversation there. I was able to feature this set already there, and incredible first impressions at that. But due to travel and the ending of the school year and whatnot, and now a little bit of illness, I do apologize, a little bit slower as far as output goes for the channel. And just as a heads up, for the summer, in July in particular, there will be a planned break for the channel. So that's not to say I might not be able to queue up a few things ahead of time, but it's a time for me to rest and recoup and regather. All right, so quite a bit of beard growth here, for me at least. And both the Overlander as well as the Bluegrass Muse soap is handling it wonderfully. Now, let me talk a little bit about the scent. Right at the top, that lime and ginger is very present, and I really like those two notes. I think it helps that, in general, mixed drinks with ginger beer I'm a big fan of them, whether it's a Kentucky Mule, Moscow Mule, Mexican Mule, pretty much anything with ginger beer I'm down for, especially in warm weather. It's just refreshing and pleasing and comforting. When I heard that was the inspiration for this scent, I mean, I was on board to check out what it's all about. I also have to mention that there is some booziness to the scent. It's not overpowering. In fact, thematically, it fits right in. It's at the right amount. Now, whether it's too boozy for something like an office scenario or setting, office or church setting, that might be up to the user. Again, it's not overwhelmingly boozy, but it's definitely present, and it's not entirely obvious based on the scent note breakdown, but they do mention it in the product description. So just to put it out there. All right, going in for my second pass here. Now, Gentleman's Nod has really been really on my radar. It's on my short list of shaving artisans to pay attention to, as I've mentioned in previous videos, kind of just paring down or slowing down as far as my acquisitions go. But Gentleman's Nod, as far as that scent component, one of my favorite, if not my favorite part of wet shaving, is firing on all cylinders. So last year, my favorite pick was from Gentleman's Nod, and that's Musashi, which is back and is, I think, perfect year-round, but in particular, warm weather, it really shines. And I want to say, with Bluegrass Muse, I think they have another contender for wet shaving scent of the year. That's how much I've enjoyed using this set. I've probably had about 3 or 4 shaves under my belt now with this set, and each time it brings a smile to my face. It's got a freshness, it's unique. It's really good, guys. That's kind of what it comes down to. It's a really enjoyable scent. Alright, so we had a great 3-pass shave with Bluegrass Muse. A little bit about the splash. Now, this has some menthol. That cooling effect works great with a cocktail-inspired scent. And the scent is pretty one-for-one. Lately, I've been coming across, shave soaps tend to dull certain notes and give you a different impression. So across the board, the scent is very even across the soap and the splash. And as I mentioned before, it's really enjoyable, guys. Bottom line is I would highly recommend this, especially if you like fresh scents. To reiterate the breakdown of the scent, you've got lime and ginger at the front. Coriander and cardamom together gives it some nice spice and body to it. And this is rounded out by oak and benzoin, which basically gives you a woody characteristic and a little sweetness, kind of almost vanilla-like. But this scent is not overly sweet. It's more citrus than anything. Citrus and boozy, I think, are the most forward characteristics of Bluegrass Muse. So that really does sum it up. Put this one, guys, in the books for a contender for Wet Shaving Scent of the Year 2023. I have a number of other sets I need to get to, shaving software that I think could join this one as far as Scent of the Year contenders. So I'm very excited to bring that to you in the next week or two. Hopefully I can catch all up and catch you guys up on what I've been using. Now, I also want to hear from you guys as far as Gentleman's Nod and Bluegrass Muse. Is this one that you've picked up? Is this one on your radar and you're on the fence? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. One point in particular that friends in the wet shaving community have discussed with me is the price point And as we are all probably tightening our belts a little bit as far as our hobby spending, the price point of $27 and $25 for soap and splash respectively, it might not be for everyone, and I think that is okay. For me, an excellent scent does warrant that price point. It warrants this price point. It's worth that price of admission. We all have different criteria, and I do enjoy hearing how you guys make your decisions on your purchases and whatnot. With that being said, that will do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for taking some time out of your busy day for joining me for today's shave. Also, I want to give a shout out to all the patrons and supporters of the Lather Hog channel and Lather Talk podcast. Without you guys, this video just wouldn't be possible. So thank you so much for your support. If you guys are interested at all on learning more about the Patreon, go over to www.patreon.com/lathertalk. I hope you guys found the information in this video helpful and hope to catch you next time. Take care.